This indicator right over here predicts that the Bitcoin bull run hasn't even started yet. And guess what? It is about to start and do something absolutely insane. But before I'm going to talk about that indicator, we're first going to talk here about this secret indicator. And as well, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to upload every single day right now, showcase 2 Bitcoin indicators. So if you are a fan of Bitcoin and trading, then make sure to subscribe on this channel because I'm going out here with some absolutely massive content and I will continue to drop this content. Anyway, going over here into the first chart, this is the super trend indicator, and basically what we can see right over here is something very, very beautiful, is that we actually got an absolutely beautiful bounce from the super trend and we got a beautiful move to the upside. The last time that this actually happened, as you can see, we had a massive, well, pretty much 108% move here to the upside. So this is actually quite insane. If that is going to happen again, then our next stop here for Bitcoin is going to be about 154,000 US dollar, which, by the way, guys, I very much believe we are actually going to hit that level. But you can see that the last time we actually bounced over here on this indicator, we had this massive rally to the upside. Now, basically what this indicator over here shows you is that whenever you break over here above this indicator, then the super trend activates, and that means very often a continuous move over here to the upside for Bitcoin. You can see the same thing over here. When we broke below it, we basically started over here this bear market, and you can also see it over here is that over here we flipped it into the green, massive bull market, and then over here as well you can see massive bull market, and then we flip it over here in the red, we had this massive bear market. So this indicator is pretty accurate in actually being able to predict these big bull runs and these big bear cycles. So we are currently still here in the green area. We have gotten a very strong bounce right over here from the resistance. We almost touched it, came very close to it. But the last time that we did this, again, 107% mover to the upside. We are continuing to rally further to the upside. Of course, also, I am a Bitcoin trader. That's what I do. That's how I've always made my money. I make these Bitcoin videos kind of a little bit for fun, making a little bit of extra cash flow. I don't make that much here of these videos. But to be honest, guys, if you do actually want to support the channel, I have actually a Discord, which is completely free to join. This is where I also post all of my trades. It's just completely free to join. All you have to do is sign up on BTCC exchange, then just fill in the form and you will be granted access here inside the Discord. That's the way to support me. But anyway, I have this massive trade currently up here about 220,000 US dollar, and I'm planning here to close this trade on at least $500,000 profit, or maybe more. I'm going to try to make this $1 million trade. But let's see, guys. I mean, we bounced off the super trend indicator, and so far this rally has only started. I'm currently up here again, 220,000 US dollar. I definitely think if we continue to rally, this is probably going to be $1 million trade. So let's see if that can actually happen. Now, talking here about the next chart is the dollar index. Just a very quick update. We've talked about this indicator a couple of weeks ago here. Does absolutely beautiful. Of course, the new president, he wants to lower the dollar. And we've actually seen it the last couple of times that this actually happened. We saw a massive rally here for Bitcoin. We saw it back here during 2017. This is when the 2017 bull run over here played out. We saw it over here back in 2020. Of course, that was because of that whole, pandemic thingy. We basically saw here the dollar index have this massive correction to the downside. That's also when we saw this big Bitcoin bull run. I'm probably going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can actually see it. But yeah, you can see here during that pandemic thingy, we saw, of course, the Bitcoin price at this huge rally to the upside, and we saw the dollar index declining, and now we're seeing the exact same thing. And this is quite funny, actually, that this always happens pretty much after the halving, is where the dollar just always is declining. Every halving, somehow, the dollar is always declining. We're seeing the same thing again right over here. Big massive correction here on the dollar. I mean, this correction in total is probably even bigger than the corrections we've seen here in the past. If this continues lower, which the president currently wants, he wants a cheaper dollar, then you can probably expect a massive rally here for Bitcoin out somewhere, probably not going to be the 900,000 US dollar, maybe a little bit lower. But in my opinion, I do think we're going to go to 200,000 US dollar this cycle in the coming few months here moving forward. Now, talking here about the excellent, amazing indicator that you do not want to miss. It's an indicator I just found today. It's called the 200-week heat map. Basically, what this indicator right over here shows is it shows the 200 moving average. But when it starts speeding up and the 200-week moving average starts to go parabolic to the upside, so it really starts to speed up and starts to catch up here with the Bitcoin price, then it gets over here in red. And basically, the more that it actually speeds up, the more you can see these colors over here changing from blue to green, yellow, and then red. And when it's red, that basically shows that it's absolutely peaking. We can see something very similar where we did not hit green, but we did actually hit yellow. And you can again see that once this MA starts rising and rising very quickly, you can see it absolutely beautiful lining up over here with these colors. Now, as you can see over here, we are just blue. So this MA hasn't even started to go parabolic at all, which you can see the last times that we over here had these big rallies here to the upside, we saw the MA going absolutely parabolic. We're not seeing anything close to that. I mean, the MA is just holding absolutely fine, and we're still in this blue area, which means that the big blow off top, we haven't even gotten to that yet, according to this indicator. In my opinion, that is also completely true, because I still think we're going to go to 200,000 US dollar. So I still think we should double it here, at least here in the Bitcoin price. We're probably going to see a massive rally here in the coming few months. We're probably going to see that MA over here catching up. And what's going to happen is it's probably going to start changing color. It's going to look something like this. And when it's going to be looking either yellow or red, it's very likely that the Bitcoin price is going to be coming close here to the Bitcoin price topping out. But so far, we're in blue. Everything is still very much relaxing. And in my opinion, again, I will continue to go long here on Bitcoin, and I will keep holding my position. And if you think we're topping out, well, guess what? I think that is completely nonsense. And that's why I will continue over here as well to hold this position. And hopefully I can close this on $1 million. That's going to be the goal. Now, another thing is what we're seeing right now is that currently we have the president, executive director, Bo Hinnes, saying that Bitcoin is becoming the superpower of the world. And he's also saying that the US is looking at extreme creative ways to accumulate more Bitcoin. So if you again think that somehow this indicator is wrong, or I'm wrong, or whatever, I mean, the government is literally saying that they're going to be buying Bitcoin, and you're somehow bearish. Yeah, I don't know what planet you're born, but you're not born in my planet Earth. You're born somewhere on the moon or whatever, because that makes no sense. I mean, the government is literally saying they're going to be buying Bitcoin. They're literally stating it. They're looking at creative ways to accumulate more Bitcoin. And again, the government has an insanely amount of buy power. They can just buy a million Bitcoin if they really wanted to. And that is, in my opinion, the reason why this bull run is not going to stop anytime soon, at least at a minimum 200,000 US dollar. The Chinese are also printing a crap ton of money. I mean, the money supply in China is going absolutely parabolic, which also shows you there's a lot of stress here in the financial system. I think I saw a chart here today in the US where they're also looking to increase the debt. So a lot of governments are looking to print, the government is looking to buy Bitcoin. All of that is going to stack here up for the Bitcoin price, of course, to go and hit the target of 200,000 US dollar. So I would just wait here a little bit, guys, because in my opinion, we are probably going to get there. And I'm pretty confident we're going to get there. Generally, I don't put out these bold predictions, but we're just going to have to wait until what the government is going to do. Once they're going to start buying a crap ton of Bitcoin, guys, 200K, in my opinion, is going to be quite easy. So I've been, holding Bitcoin for a long time, bought at some of these lower prices, bought years ago, and I will just continue to hold. So anyway, that was the video here for today. Just my quick analysis here on what has been happening. Again, conclusion is pretty much government's going to come in, buy a bunch of Bitcoin. Indicators, they're all pretty much also saying there's bull run, not really here yet. Of course, we're not extremely cheap right now. It's not like we're somewhere in the bear market, but we're somewhere mid-range here in the cycle. Going to have to wait a little bit, coming few months, higher prices here for Bitcoin. So I'm long, and that was it. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.